I was on the plane today, and the turbulence was really bad. 0 to 10, it was probably about an 8.5. The young lady next to me kind of like nudges me, and she puts her hand out as if to say, please hold my hand. And so I'm gonna tell y'all what I did, but I wanted to get everybody's opinion first.
Holding your hand ain't going, in my opinion, that ain't gonna help you. So if you want to pray, I might just be like, okay, let's pray.
Tomorrow would not hold her hand.
No, I'm not holding. Holding hands is real personal, bro, and it's dirty.
What y'all think y'all wives would say?
Snatch your hand back and tell her, try Jesus. Don't try me. Why you grabbing her hand? Next thing she's gonna be grabbing something else.
Okay. Okay.
How old is the lady? I mean, if it's a grandma, that's okay.
Okay.
Secret to Success podcast, baby.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
I got Dr. King in the building. Dr. King.
Making real estate real.
As we call him now, the hip preacher.
The hip preacher.
The hippity hip. The hippity hip.
Hip preacher. I got a hip hop and a hip. I got two. You feel me? Look, I got Moose. Moose wasn't ready. Look at Moose wasn't ready. Come on.
I'm going. That was funny. Can you tell us, man, just keep on living?
No. Here's what I said. No.
Just keep on living.
When they was talking about the podcast at the training, I was like, no, it's not gonna go down like this because he's not in this space. At the podcast, it's gonna be jokety joke. They saw a very mature C and was like, "Oh, we need it." I was like, "I promise."
I can't do it on the pod. I just, you know what I'm saying? Maul get too comfortable. I gotta shake things up.
I gotta shake him up.
So you know what I'm saying? We get him a shirt. I got Douglas in the building. Douglas, how you feeling?
Man, blessed, bro, blessed.
And I got my brother Moose back in the building. Welcome,
Yes,
Moose. Appreciate you being back.
One more time.
Yeah, of course, man. Man, I got a lot of places I wanted to start, but I wanted to start with a fair file, actually. Shout out to all y'all who like when I do the fair file.
When we bring back the negative comments.
Oh, I could bring those back anytime. Y'all ready for those?
I mean, you said you was going to do them.
I'll get them compiled, and we'll do another negative feedback on the next pod.
That stuff used to be hilarious.
The best.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that was the best, especially when Maul first came on. They had all kind of jokes from Maul.
Oh, bro, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Why do I want to listen to a cop? I was talking about, bro.
Who's this fake Terry Crews?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Fair file. So I was on the plane today, and it was a storm. Yeah. And so it was, the lady got on the plane, and you could tell she was frazzled from the jump. So, you know, I get it. You know, you see nervous flyers and stuff like that. And so you could tell she was nervous. I couldn't hear what she was saying to the flight attendant, but like, cause I had my AirPods in, but she was like having like a real conversation and she looked serious. She sat down. And so, of course, I was like, oh, this gonna be the wrong flight for her because it looked like it's about to be bumpy. And I'm talking about we hit some real turbulence. Like, I ain't gonna say, like, scale of like 1 to 10, like the worst turbulence I ever felt, it might have been like an 8.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 8.5 maybe. It was rocking quite a bit. I just been on a lot of planes now, so I really don't trip.
Yeah, it's like,
it don't bother me. You know what I mean? I used to.
Yeah.
It don't bother me no more. But the plane started rocking, and she like bumped me like this and put her hand like this. And I was like,
fair. Fair.
Did you handle the trash?
So before I tell y'all what I did, I want to know from my fellas.
Fair.
Y'all, you know, married.
Yeah, fair.
You on the plane, it started rocking.
No question.
Lady, she like tapped me like boom, boom, boom. And I could tell she was struggling. She was struggling. I will give her that.
Fair.
She wasn't,
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
she was like, okay, now show me. Now show me. No, using my hand. For those of y'all just listening, I'm going to have E show me what he would do in that situation. Okay. Okay, so he
I like
was
that.
okay.
I like
so
that.
he has
I like
both
that double
hands
hand. I like
on
that.
my one hand
Because she's scared.
Now, where is it? Is this okay? Is the interlock? No, come on, get in here. Is this okay? Is this okay?
Sir.
Okay.
Now this is the interlock.
Okay, hey.
sir.
Is that
Hold on,
okay?
I'm going to say this.
Yeah, come on.
If my girl going through it
Yeah,
and you on the plane with her,
you want?
if the interlock is going to get
That's too much?
No. If she going to be at peace and she going to land, I'm all right. I'm okay. If the interlock don't turn into your interlock, I'm okay with that season.
Yeah.
That was a moment. It wasn't like she got on the plane. It wasn't like she got on the plane and just out of nowhere.
No.
interlock.
It was bad. It was bad.
No
And she was
question.
having like a little panic attack.
That was it. She thought that was it. Yeah.
So she just And so I'm not gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did, but I wanted to get everybody's opinion first. So you said so she had her hand like this.
Boom, boom.
For the record, if you're just listening, he grabbed my wrist
Comfort ye my people.
and then shook my hand, kind of like a priest.
Yeah.
Kind of like very priestly, like when you need prayer.
No question. That's what she needs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Carl.
I would do it.
Now
but
you know Carl don't have no
why?
emotion
I would
sensitivity.
kind of go in there. I would go there.
Okay.
Carl's giving her a dap.
The soul train.
just kinda
Girl giving the soul
a
A
train.
dap.
support boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Noopsy.
Yeah, I was thinking like Chicago style.
Yeah.
Put your hand up.
Okay. So Ma gave her the.
Deputy
You're gonna be all right.
Okay.
I'm a
Yeah.
Chicago style.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right.
you know, hey, you
Move.
good?
No.
Yeah.
I'm
Most-
surprised no one said lend the arm. I would have just lend the arm out. Like, go ahead, just right here.
Okay.
Just grab
Yeah,
onto
just
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, how long? The second part.
Till the turbulence is over.
Oh, that could be a long time.
Yeah, the turbulence
And
is over.
nowadays you got
Half the flight.
cameras
Yeah.
and people taking pictures and they
Yeah,
like, oh, the
yeah.
hip hop
But I'm
preacher
saying,
is interlocked.
But I wasn't interlocked.
Interlocked.
But I wasn't interlocked.
She wanted the interlock.
Right.
I was not
The way she spread her fingers
Yeah.
was the interlock.
Come for me out my
And you
people.
got to be careful, man, touching people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
COVID.
saying? Spirits,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, spirits.
Spirits,
COVID. I was
dog.
thinking germs.
You know what I'm saying?
Ma
People
went
be-
all the way with it. Yeah.
They be trying
Yeah, I
to
don't
get
worry about that.
energy.
My
They be
spirit
trying
too
to.
strong, bro. I squash all of that.
Yeah.
Go and get your devil hands over here. I'll take you right to Christ. Well, let me tell you something. I got the juice, bro. I got the juice.
devil
See, I don't worry about that, motherfucker.
All right, well, COVID.
Ain't no,
I'm just saying,
nah.
COVID, bro.
Now that I might worry about. I ain't worried about no
E.
devil
coli.
spirit
Now, if
jumping
you
on me.
interlock, you definitely whatever.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, if she got COVID, you
you
interlock.
connect.
Yeah. You good.
You got COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got COVID.
So how long, Carl? How
Yeah.
long are you?
Till the turbulence at least feels like it's calming
Yeah,
down.
yeah, she
And
calmed
again,
down.
with the context of you saying that she's legitimately having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Like then I'm like, all right, yeah,
No,
I got you.
I ain't say that.
But
She
I'm
was
saying
nervous.
I put extra on it, but the fact
Yeah.
that you could tell she's uncomfortable to
Yeah.
that extent.
Yeah.
Well, holding your hand ain't going, in my opinion, that ain't going to help you. So if you want to pray, I might just be like, okay, let's pray.
yeah.
And I'd put my hand on your shoulder like this and we would pray.
So Ma would not hold her hand.
no, I'm
said
not holding.
more.
I don't. Holding hands is real personal, bro, and it's dirty.
Is it?
I mean, it can be, man. People's hands be sweaty.
What was her
You
age?
hold
How about
people's
that?
hands in a circle when you
That's,
pray.
that's good moves.
Moose got-
That's good moves.
Yeah.
Like, she my mom age. Oh, I'll give her a
All
hug.
right, let's
go, let's go.
I'm not dissing.
Hey, now I'm feeling
She
like,
was kind of fine.
Oh.
hey, see,
Not gonna
young.
lie.
I'm feeling like
Hey,
R.
young.
Kelly right now. See,
I ain't say she was young. She
you see, remember
might
that
have
interview
been.
with R. Kelly?
She might have been
How
in
young
her
are we
30s,
talking?
late 30s, early 40s.
Okay. Well,
And
yeah, I
she was-
definitely
and she
couldn't
was-
have interlocked.
she was-
Didi
she-
would have been pissed
She was
with the
she
interlock.
was a nice looking woman.
Because how she looked, Didi would have
She was
been
a
like,
nice
why did
looking
you have
So
to
you took an
interlock?
opportunity
So
right
does that
there.
make? Hold on,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
confused almost. Does that make you more apt to do it or less?
Less. No,
Okay.
less.
No.
I'm pulling back. I'm
So,
just saying.
so if
if
she
she was,
ugly, moves like get over here.
All the way.
Get over here.
All the way.
Gretel.
Hey, all the way.
Come on.
Because my girl gonna be comfortable. If I
Okay.
show her the
Yeah,
picture,
you
like,
like, oh, no.
this is who it was.
No.
Oh, did you interlock with her? You know what I'm saying?
Take care of her.
You should have
Wow.
interlocked.
Ladies.
Yeah, you should have
Is
interlocked.
this true, ladies?
Yeah, I'm just being
Hold
real.
on. I need all the women
Yeah,
listening.
yeah.
I need y'all to say,
Yeah.
is that true?
It's true.
If you
It
got a
depends on
photo
how
of your
she
man,
look.
right?
Yeah, hold up.
Oh, man. Come on.
that's how much heat you gonna get back. It depends on who you did it with.
What y'all think y'all wives would say, for real, if she was a good looking woman and she was like, yo, she was
I
she
think
was
my wife
nervous.
would be like, you better not
Ask
hold
Diddy on
I'm asking
speakerphone.
Diddy.
Yeah, put on speaker.
Okay,
Come on.
so look, so C got a scenario
Yeah.
where
Let
you're
her
on the
know she
plane
on the
with a young lady.
podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
You're
tell
on
her
the
she on the pod.
podcast.
Don't-
He said he's on the plane. and there's a young lady on the plane. Well, he didn't say young lady, just a lady on the plane.
Yep.
And she was nervous when there was turbulence. And then she reached her hand out for his hand. He just asked me, how would I do her hand? And so the way I did it, he was like, oh, that's a priestly boy. But what if she wanted to interlock?
Yeah.
Wait. First, I need to hear, how did you do her hand?
Oh, no, I haven't revealed that yet.
He didn't reveal
I was getting
yet.
everybody else's opinion. I didn't want to sway the jury.
Yeah, he was just saying she was scared. It was turbulence. And so she reached her hand out, like, scared.
So you want me to tell you my answer?
Okay, so let me say this. I told him it was I gave him the priestly, like, and I'm praying with her.
So your husband grabbed her wrist
Yeah.
and then grabbed her hand
both
at the
hands.
same time.
No, because Ray Charles was grabbing people's wrists.
Come on. See? Come on.
That's exactly how he grabbed it.
Hey, I'm going to be honest, though, Didi. I didn't grab her wrist, but I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to make it do what it do,
I
baby.
told CJ, because then we start asking, how did she look? What age was she? And so I just told it don't matter.
Nice look.
Oh, that don't matter. I told him, I thought you said if she was older and a certain look, you'd be like, oh, that's okay. Interlock with her.
You got some cougars out there.
Oh, some cougars.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do, Didi? What would you do? They nervous, they hand come out.
Snatch your hand back and tell her, try Jesus. Don't try
All right.
Okay.
We got
Okay, well, that's it. Well, we're out. Thank you so much.
Jesus, don't try me.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so you want your husband just to sit there and not.
That's right, because you do too much already.
See, now I thought he might be able to get away with it because he is a man of God.
Hold on, she said, right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
You might be bound by law.
Yeah, by law.
God to help.
Try Jesus.
Don't try Jesus. All right.
I kind of was like, it's like, it's the same duty as like when you're in the exit row.
Yeah.
You have a responsibility to help on the plane.
That's what I thought.
I don't know about touching hands, though. And I don't even know what Camille would say. She 50-50. She might be like,
Well, I thought Dee was going to say, based on the way Didi just saying nobody.
Her.
Nobody.
Yeah, she 50-50. You know,
I wanna
Camille,
know.
she might be like,
It's interesting.
No, listen.
The age threw a wrench into this thing.
No, she was about my age, and she was nice looking, but she wasn't like extra or nothing before that or nothing. It was just very like, and she just, and she had her eyes kind of closed.
Yeah. You're on the podcast, Camille. We already heard from Didi, Camille.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question for you.
She said,
We got a question. Go ahead, see.
All right, Camille, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
She sounds scared.
So I was on the plane today, and the turbulence was really bad. Like I said, 0 to 10, it was probably about an 8.5. The turbulence was really bad. The young lady next to me, as I could see, she was nervous even when she got on the plane. While the turbulence got, I'm talking about like shaking, like almost like I thought the little thing was about to come out the breathing apparatus.
Yeah.
It was bad. We hit it, but I'm an experienced flyer, so it didn't really bother me like that. She reached her hand out to me. And I asked the fellas, what would y'all, before I reveal my answer or what I did, I wanted to know, one, was that fair or foul, and what would y'all do in that situation? And then that turned into what their answers were, and then we said, all right, call your wife and see what she would want you to do in that situation.
And you already know Didi, but so I'm not going to say nothing, Camille. I'm going to let you answer.
I would think it would be totally okay to grab the lady's hand and give her some piece of comfort in that moment.
Come on.
Amen. That's how I felt.
Come on.
Now, Didi didn't feel like that. Didi said,
so now, ironically, here's the situation we got. He said he was going to grab her hand, and his wife said, hell no.
Right.
Maul said he ain't going to touch that lady's hand, and his wife said, go for it. All right.
Actually, no. Carl, what did I show? I said I'd do the Chicago dap.
You dap her up.
but you said, but not grab her hand.
I won't grab her hand, no.
Yeah,
COVID.
Maul said she might be possessed by the devil, and she going to turn him into the exorcist.
Bruh, no, the way these hips are, I can't move the same no more. I don't know what she got. She might have bacteria, infection.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, God got you as long as you know your heart.
It's a balance so far. It's a balance. Thank you. Thank you. Your answer was better than Didi's. Thank you.
Be better, you guys. Be better.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's only one left then, unless Moose is going to call his wife.
I'm trying to see what my phone is. I think it's over there.
Moose faking like he can't find his phone now. I
Moose
forgot
said,
this is newlywed. This is
where's my
newlywed on the
phone?
bunch right now.
You might not got enough years
Moose,
in.
Moose learned very
You might
quick.
not got enough years
I'm
in.
not about to put my wife.
I think I know Robelsi's answer. I'm gonna wait till I see.
Like, I'm not
I
gonna
think
put
I got her.
flight
answer.
attendant
She
it
flight
out.
attendant.
I really don't know, so I want to find out.
And it's a very interesting question.
Bro, my wife.
I've never been put in that position.
Mine was 50-50. I already knew it. She could have went either way.
I honestly don't know because
she was cool with it.
I'm not sure
I didn't
what
tell
Tamisha would
Camille
say.
she was good looking. That might. I'm not
That
sure
might
if that
change
changed.
it a little
I'm not
bit.
sure if it changed. Should it change? I don't think it should change now.
But also, she probably know me.
let's see.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think she know me.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Hi, Belsi.
Okay. You on the
Belsi.
podcast? You on the podcast?
Put her. Oh,
You
yeah.
good?
Belsi, can you hear us? You're on the podcast.
Yes, I can.
She loves this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah. Come on, let's go, Bill.
Come on, give her a scenario.
So check this out. So CJ was on the plane today, and he said that he experienced a lot of turbulence, and on a scale of 0 to 10, it was probably like 8.5. Now, there was a lady sitting next to him, and she was a lot more nervous than he was. So when the turbulence hit, she like reached out her hand for him to like comfort her and grab her hand. So he's asking the fellas right now in the pod what they would have done. Would you have grabbed her hand? Would you have comforted her? So everyone.
How old is the lady?
Oh, okay, Belsi. Now listen, that's the same question Moose asked. That's the same question. Belsi, she was probably in her mid
30s.
I say mid to late 30s.
And according to CJ, she was attractive.
She was attractive.
Does that matter though? Was it the turbulence that's more important, or how she looked that's the most important?
I mean, if it's a grandma, that's okay.
Okay. We're getting somewhere.
How long y'all been married?
4 years.
So grandma's okay. But
Nah,
okay,
she
but
was,
what
nah,
about?
she was
You
in
know,
her
you don't have to
30s.
hold her hand.
Okay, so
Maybe early 40s.
so what you saying to that? She was 37, beautiful, no hair or
She was
hand.
attractive. She was.
Tap her back.
Tap her back. Tap her back. Hey,
So back to
hey,
Okay.
so Robelsi, Didi threw a rich. We said, what if she was
Nothing.
older? Didi said she could be a cougar. Don't touch her hand.
Yeah, no, period.
She has more experience than me.
Yeah, she said she could be a cougar, so don't touch her.
I really don't
Thank
know.
you, Bells. We're gonna find out what
I'm
she
pretty
did.
sure my wife is gonna
Okay.
say it's all
All right,
good.
bye.
The important question is what Candace cares
What you
about,
say,
but yeah.
Robelsi? What's the
She
important
said
question?
the important question is what does Candace think? So
Oh, that's what I'm about to call her right
We're
now.
about to
She's
figure it out
next.
now.
all right, thank you.
I gotta call her and then I'll tell y'all what I did.
All right, come on. Does
All right.
Carl get to interlock hands, hold hands? What does he do? Or nothing at all? What does he do?
Not in a lot. Forget that.
Okay.
Hold on, babe. No, this is for
hold on.
Tamisha.
So what can he
Right,
do,
babe.
Tamisha?
What would be okay?
I said, ma'am, do you need some help?
Okay, so just talk to her. Don't grab her hand.
Why are you grabbing her hand? That says she's gonna be grabbing something else.
Okay. Okay. On the plane?
All right.
On the plane. Okay.
Snakes on the plane.
All right.
Get out my head.
All right.
Come on.
Get your hands
All
up.
right. The Next Level Speakers Conference in Atlanta, Georgia, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. I'm telling y'all, it's going down. 3 days, over 15 speakers. You know who's going to be there. Myself, E.T., Jamal King, Jeremy Anderson. Y'all, we got Lisa Nichols coming in the building. We got Linda Clemens. We got some beasts in the industry that are going to be there. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Whether you want to become a professional speaker or just be better with your communication or network with like-minded individuals, June 7th, 8th, and 9th, Atlanta, Georgia. Go to nextlevelspeakersconference.com. nextlevelspeakersconference.com. All right, check it out. All right, let's get back to the podcast. Yeah, this is interesting because I feel like my wife is 100% gonna be like she don't care because Candace because she's full context. My wife is also a very nervous flyer, so she may understand.
Be empathetic with it.
Right. Candace might want to be
So
comforted.
let's see what we got.
I'm saying
don't touch her at all.
Yeah.
Pat her on the back.
Yeah, pat her on the back. Camille said it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I
it's your
guess I
discretion.
could just
Yeah, it's your
link up.
discretion.
You can interlock. You can interlock.
Right, it's your discretion. Right, it's
All
your
right.
discretion.
Now I got to call
Yeah.
Trey. See now now I should have interlocked because you pissing me off. Now that you had, I bet baby girl would have answered if I had interlocked.
Had you interlocked?
We would have been all
Hey,
right.
she might be on the phone with Camille right now.
Yeah.
As soon as we got on, Camille was like, I'm calling Candace right now.
Oh, for sure.
You wanna-
Oh, I
if she
know
would've
how to
interlocked, if
I
she
know how to
would've
alert
interlocked.
it.
Candace
I
whole
ain't
new
tripping.
keynote
To
with
interlock
interlock,
or
I
interlock.
should have interlocked if you
That
weren't
is
going to
the
answer,
question.
boo.
Oh,
To interlock or not lock?
Yeah.
That is the question.
Homegirl would have
Yeah, homegirl would have
Homegirl
answered.
would have answered
Yeah,
for
homegirl
sure.
would have answered.
So, But yeah, no, I wanted to know what y'all was gonna do. And so here's what I did, y'all. So it was bad, and I was kind of like, oh, shoot. And I looked up, and she did like this. So what I did was I put my wrist out. So she had her hand, and I did like that.
Yeah, so she can Ray
and I let her
Charles
grab
you.
my wrist.
So she can Ray Charles you.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. She grabbed my wrist, and she squeezed, and I just did like that, and she squeezed my, probably about 30 seconds.
Did her arm go up towards your muscles?
Nah.
That's deep so that people see hand touching different.
Yeah, like comfort.
And you know I'm a pastor, so I'm constantly, you know what I'm saying? I'm constantly, and again, sometimes, you know, let's just say I just did cry out for my boy Keon. It's like it's not a, you know what I'm saying? Some people come up to you and they, you know, hug you. Some people like, you don't really have time to be sitting there. And to be honest, Dee Dee's right there.
Yeah.
And she ain't saying nothing when they do whatever. But I do the interlock, I think, even if we were together and somebody interlocked, I may have to be like.
That's kind of like first date.
Yeah, I might have to just be like, now I'm not about to love you because we interlocked, but interlock on the plane under those she may remember you forever though. She might remember you. I don't see her forgetting you. I see her seeing you, but that's the guy at Interlock with on the plane.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah, come on, Candace.
Tamisha calling.
Come on, Candace. We got both.
Hey, listen to this scenario, Tamisha. You're live on the podcast,
You're live,
okay? We
Tamisha.
need your
You're
feedback.
I'm about to say.
Hold on. Make Tamisha go first. Because I don't want her to hear Candace's response.
Hold on, back. All right, both it, all right.
Tell Candace don't say nothing, but listen.
Just listen. I'm going to let CJ walk you through the scenario. Just listen.
All right. Tamisha, I'm talking to Candace, but you can hear the
Dee Dee
scenario.
already answered.
Camille,
already
Rebelsi, everybody
And
answered.
Rebelsi answered. All right.
Yes.
So I'm on the plane today, and I was texting you, boo, but it was bad turbulence. It was probably like, on the 1 to 10 being the worst turbulence I ever had, it was probably about an 8.5. So some serious turbulence for sure. I noticed that the lady who sat next to me was nervous when she got on the plane. Like you could tell, I can always tell when somebody's like a nervous flyer or whatever. So she sat down, she was real frazzled. She had her bag in her lap. I'm like, boo, you got to put your bag up. I ain't saying nothing, but flight attendant was like, hey, you got to put your bag up. I could tell she was just whatever. So we get up in the air, the turbulence gets really bad, and she kind of like nudges me and she puts her hand out. Just puts her hand out as if to say, please hold my hand. And so before I told the fellas what I did, I wanted to get their feedback. So I'm going to tell y'all the feedback we got. Well, no, I'm going to go around. I don't want to sway the jury.
Yeah, Tamisha,
so I'm going to let Tamisha go first, and then Candace go.
Missed
and
the
then
part. So we did hands. I had to do the hands first. So I did it, and C was like, oh, E, that's like a priestly hand, boy, you did too.
He grabbed her wrist and then her hand as well and held it.
Yeah. And so C said, but if she came at me though with the interlock hand?
The interlock. If she wanted the interlock. But look, y'all get y'all answers first, and then we're gonna go around and say what happened. But I don't want no jury to be swayed. I want to see, and don't tell them the other part. We'll wait to see.
Tamisha, do you get the does Carl get the interlock hands, hold hands? What does he do? Or nothing at all? What does he do?
Nothing a lot. Forget that.
Okay.
Hold on, babe. No, this is for Tamisha.
So what can he do, Tamisha?
What would be okay?
I said, ma'am, do you need some help?
Okay, so just talk to her. Don't grab her hand.
Why are you grabbing her hand? That says she's gonna be grabbing something else.
Okay. Okay. On the plane?
All right.
On the plane? Okay.
Snakes on the plane.
All right.
Get out my head.
All right. Get your hands
All
up.
right.
All right, Tamisha, we're good. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, babe. All right. So before I tell you what I did, I want to see. Now, be for real, babe. Don't be funny. Like, I'm on the plane. This lady is clearly going through it. She put out her hand. What would you want me to do?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't hear what Tamisha said.
Okay,
Tamisha.
It's okay. You don't need to know what Tamisha said.
Unbiased.
Don't tell me. So I'm gonna be honest. I've been hurt. I've been that lady. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I've been the nervous flyer. So, but I would say it's a few questions preliminary. What was her vibe before that moment?
Just nervous.
Nervous, that's all.
No. So I didn't even. She ain't say not one word to me. She got on the plane nervous and just sat with her bag on her lap. She didn't know, like, the flight attendant was like, yo, you got to put your bag up. She was, like, kind of figuring out where to put her bag. She sat back down, buckled her seatbelt in a frenzy, and she was kind of like, you know what I mean? She was frazzled a little bit. Not one word to me. We ain't say hi, hello, nothing.
This is the thing. If she wasn't giving no energy before, I think we're good.
Yes.
Okay.
But I would say my initial response was, we not grabbing the full hand. We're definitely grabbing the wrist.
We're not interlocking.
Okay. Me and my wife, the only one that's on one accord. No, maybe Moose and Belsey, but yeah, me and Candace on one accord. Yeah. Come on. We on one accord.
Yeah.
Because, go ahead.
Like, I'm on a plane and I've been nervous, and the guy next to me definitely grabbed my arm.
Whoa.
Y'all don't know one accord no more? What? Oh,
Hey, did you interlock? Did you interlock?
Wait a damn minute.
Did you interlock?
What?
That's what.
He grabbed what? he grabbed what?
How was that?
Oh, so y'all was on one accord till she said
No,
that.
we lost it. Hey, cancel Forever Forward. Hey, cancel it. Yo, matter of fact, y'all have it without us.
What a
What? What happened, babe? Tell the story.
Why you turning red? See?
Oh, I'm pissed.
Nothing happened, babe. He
said-
did what you did.
He grabbed your wrist?
He did what you did.
But did you put your wrist out to be grabbed?
He got a lot of questions now, Candace. Don't answer, Candace. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law.
Did you put your wrist
You
out?
have the,
How
you
did
have
he know
the
to
right
grab
to
your
remain
wrist?
silent, Candace.
Hey, did you hear what she said though? He did what you did. He did what you did.
Hey, so, no,
You ain't the only one
You
out
have
here.
the right. You have the right to remain silent, Candace.
So look, so
Anything you say
that's
can
exactly
and will be used
that's
against you.
exactly what I did.
You were on the plane. You were
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, he
plane
put the
with
wrist
me
out.
when this happened.
Yeah, no, that's what he did.
She said I was on the plane when it happened. Why you ain't grab my wrist?
You were on the plane, and you were sitting with the kids.
Oh, I was sitting with the kids. Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I let you get that was my seat. See,
Yeah.
I gave up my first class seat. See what
For
that
the
gets
interlock.
you? Yeah, for the interlock. Name this title of this podcast, The Interlock. Okay, so that's what I did. I let the lady, she grabbed my wrist for like 30 seconds.
Did she feel comfort?
Did
she
you feel
safe?
comforted?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy was there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, praise God.
I'm not gonna lie, he was an older male. He had been married for 50-something years.
Oh yeah, no, you good, Candace.
Okay, this hey, so, yeah, this chick was fine.
And 37.
And 37. A year younger than you. That don't bother you, do it?
Hey, she was a supermodel.
Bye, baby. Love you. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Hey.
Interlock.
That is too
She tried to
funny,
make a
bro.
point. He was
man.
in his late 50s. He was married for like 80 years.
Oh,
He
bro.
was like, yeah, this
She was
is
37.
She was. She
short
was.
flight.
I'm not going to tell you no lies now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But no, that's interesting, though. I never had that situation. And again, I didn't even hesitate. I just like closed my, I just did like that. Again, because I guess for a minute I was like making sure that that's even what she was trying to do.
Right.
Because she didn't say like, hold my hand. She just kind of was like, and I just did my arm like this and she kind of grabbed my wrist for a second and then it kind of passed. And
And when it's over, did you
Y'all talk
say
after?
anything?
she didn't say
Yeah.
nothing.
Thank
wow.
you.
That is weird.
What's your phone number? Email?
What's your name? What's your size?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's your sign.
Yeah. Nah, she was cool. She ain't say
I
nothing,
feel like
bro.
E. Remember when E
She
was
was
like, ma'am. Like,
Ma'am. 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 Yeah, nah, bro. I didn't. She ain't say nothing. I'm talking about. She was definitely like one of the more nervous. I've seen people be nervous. No, the only thing that was a little crazy, not crazy, but just I take that back. She ain't say nothing, but after it all calmed down, she seemed to relax a little bit. She had a bag of chips, and then she was like,
You want some?
You want some?
I was like, I'm
thank
good.
you for the interlock.
Right.
I was like, I'm good. So yeah, that was it. I appreciate y'all entertaining that.
Oh no,
but
it was fun.
People have been asking for a fair foul.
Yeah,
so I want to.
That was a phenomenal
Yeah.
All right, so I do want to talk about something because we got Moose here. So I finally got somebody who, I can match IQs with around here. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to Beavis and Butthead over here.
Hey, this joker.
You know what I'm saying? I finally got Moose here.
I
We
just
can have a high level combo.
from the.
It sure
We
is.
can have a high level combo.
You should have whooped him back in the day.
when I had the chance.
Right.
When I
Spell the
had
rod.
the chance.
Spoil the child.
This dude here is spoiled.
So I was watching the Lakers get eliminated. Sorry, Carl.
Oh, man, it's okay.
I know you're a Laker fan.
That's good.
It's okay.
That's there's a
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
You know, Carl is a Laker fan. Sorry about that. But here's the crazy thing. And again, this ain't to dog nobody out. But a lot of talk around Luka's conditioning. And they said, Luka out of shape. He this, he that. He hurt his back. Was he hurt? Was he out of shape? Was he hurt because he was out of shape? It was just a lot, right? And everybody was talking about it, and I was like, man, clearly he didn't look like he was 100%. But I was working out, listening to one of the shows, Get Up or First Take or something like that, and they had a former player on there that was like, yo, Luka got to get serious about getting in shape. So the first thing I thought was, yo, how could you possibly be out of shape at the end of the season?
right.
Like, that don't even seem possible. Like, yo, you playing basketball at a
6
high,
months almost.
bruh, 3 nights a week.
Yeah,
You getting the most cardio
you gonna ever get.
known to mankind.
Yeah,
And so how is it that, 87 games into the season, you can be out of shape? And he was like, I blame it on, the guy said, I blame it on him. Is it Slovenia? I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong. I'm not sure what Luka, I think it might be Slovenian team or one of the, whatever Luka's nationality is. No disrespect if it's not Slovenia, but let's say it because it's not that important to the story. But they said because they're trying to make the Olympics. So every summer they're playing games. And he said if Luka wants to get in shape, he can't play with the Slovenian national team.
yeah, that's good.
And I was like, bro, that don't make sense. Like, if I'm going to play basketball, then why wouldn't I be playing basketball to, be in basketball shape? And he said, bro, the guy said, you can't get in basketball shape playing basketball.
That's good. That's good.
And I was like, whoa.
That's good.
He said he going to have to stop playing basketball to get in shape for basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, dog, that is most humans, bruh. Like, you try and execute in the moment that you're supposed to be executing when it's all the stuff before that allows you to execute. So the only time, I was telling people, you got a podcast. The only time you pod is on the pod. The speaker. The only time some of y'all speakers actually work on speaking is when you get on stage and you out of shape. What E don't tell you is that he's not speaking. 97% of his life is not speaking.
Yeah.
97% of his life is getting ready for the stage so that when he gets the rock in his hands, he can perform at the highest level. If all E did was talk 24/7, I promise you he would not be as in shape to speak as he is right now. Maul, how much of real estate for you is actually physically going to the bricks and doing stuff?
No, very minimal. I barely go to the actual properties, but the real estate part is done in the office with the numbers and things like that.
My point exactly. So what I want to break down now for people is just all of us, right? And how success moves, and you could talk about the assessment and kind of bring that in too, but like, how do people in our daily lives work on the work, if you will? Like what is getting ready to work look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got my habits and I got my things that I do, but I think most people, like, the only time you try to do it is when you're in it. And it's like, I was like, Luka can't get in basketball shape because he's playing too much basketball. That don't even, to your mind, it don't even make sense. But Moose, I'll kick it to you since we don't always have you here, but like, talk about like healthy habits and how those little things that we can do can ultimately lead us to that point when it's time to make that decision, when it's time to execute at the highest level, we can actually get it done.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're an athlete, that idea that you just broke down is not common to you, right? Because you actually get out of shape, to your point, while you're playing the game, right? If you're not lifting, like you're on the road, you're not eating at home, you're not sleeping at home, that stuff affects your body. It really do. But I do think so much of this has to do with people wanting the end result and underappreciating the process. You know, like even myself, I have to constantly remind myself to not get bored with consistency. There's an element of boredom that comes with consistency. You have to do the same thing every day. So it's like, how you want to be consistent, but you don't want to do the same things over and over again?
My boy Brooks, shout out to my boy AB. He's the coach of Kentucky. He always got like a shirt, and he always posts same old boring habits.
That's it. That's it. And it's like, can you, I think I saw, Myron, when he had something on his computer that said greatness is a process. And it's like, that really is the slogan. I think the conversation needs to be centered around that. What is it about your habits, your mindset, your definition of success that makes you underappreciate the process because you want the result or you want the end game, the end picture? You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not the thing that makes it. And so maybe some of it comes from comparison, or we're able to look at our screens and be in touch with so many people around the world and see what they have. So we think we just want to mirror that because then I can show it off. I can brand it, I can market. But there's a lot that is missed by us just not wanting to ever appreciate the process.
So for somebody who says that, it does get boring or it's not, do you have a hack or anything that you can give people for consistency and staying consistent over that time?
I tell people, make your goals public. For as many people that say, and I love Doc calls people on this out all the time, I don't care what people think. You care what people think. People care what people think about them, right? I mean, there's maybe very few people in the world who don't care what people think about them. And so that public accountability to make your goals public, that's why it's great to be a part of a community. What happened? What I missed?
All like, I ain't in that number. I don't care nothing about none of y'all.
Well, you said there's very few people that care what people think about.
He said he went on.
I just started coughing.
I think you might got two of them in the room.
Oh, yeah, really? If you said it's 1%, it might be 2%.
Yeah, right here.
It's few. I just think most people care what other people think about them. And so the minute they make their goals public, it's like, now you have to show up. And like, you got to be honest to your word. So I think that works. Early on when we had to keep up with, and we still do, obviously, when I had to keep up with my prayers, as a Muslim, I'm praying 5 times a day. And the challenge is not praying. The challenge is the pre-cleanse ritual, the wudu they call it, so that you can get prepared.
I don't know what that is. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So before you pray, there's a certain kind of like posture that you have to show up to pray with, right? And so they say, the reason why we rinse our mouth 3 times is if you spoke gossip, you're kind of you're not showing up to pray in front of God, having kind of, carried out in that habit. If you smelled something that's not of God, you're rinsing your nose. If you heard something that's not of God, you're cleaning your ears. You're washing your hands up to your elbows. You're taking your socks off and washing your feet in case you stepped in something that's not of God or a territory. So it's like the idea of praying, it's not just like, okay, God, please do X, Y, Z.
Wow,
no, it's like you are preparing for God to pray. And so I remember
all 5 times. That's every time.
Yeah, that's
and
deep.
how long does that usually take to prepare?
It takes about 5 minutes. I mean, even the prayer itself takes a couple minutes. But it's the little things, And so there are things that make you lose your ablution, is what they call it. Right. And so you have to kind of redo this wudu and this cleansing thing. So that's honestly, it's the inconvenient part. If I, am working and I got my stuff on, I'm dressed for the day. Now I got to take this stuff off and so I was super inconsistent with that early on. And then I literally just put a big Post-it board on my wall. And I was like, I want to track my percentage. And so I just find it crazy when we quantify like our performance. That's another hack. Now you're saying like, what was my performance or what was my score in completing my prayers? So I started seeing myself at 60%. I started rising up to 70% and 80% because I was tracking it. But there really was no other way to tell when I was just going off of, I have to pray.
Did you make any, did you say it like to your wife, or did you make yourself accountable to anybody else to push you in that
Absolutely.
regard?
But the minute I got married, she could hear it go off. And from time to time, she'd be like, you haven't prayed. And she can tell, like, there's a difference in your energy when you're not consistent in those areas. And that's why I say make your goals public. So it's great that we have it at home. It's like, okay, I can tell who you are and how you are when you're grounded in that versus So that's the same thing that happens. Now, if you're in a community and it's a supportive space, people are saying, okay, you haven't done it. What's up with that? Instead of saying, you see, you ain't going to amount to nothing.
Right,
it's a different type of feedback you get. But the publication or the announcement of your goals, super critical for that.
So even in what all we do, like, okay, so Maul, what part of, what percentage of success do you think in terms of real estate that comes from your physical shape? And I'm just trying to get something here, just like, again, because I think we talk about Luka, right? And you're thinking like, I don't play basketball. But like our physical and mental shape, right? And what you're talking about is mental shape. We'll go to Maul for the physical shape, even though obviously Maul, you have, but like what percentage of like, just in terms of when you have to get active and your physical shape, what do you attribute to your success?
Yeah, bro, if we had to give a percentage.
Or just, I'm not a percentage, but just like.
But I think that all my success comes from muscle memory. Mm-hmm. So muscle memory is physical shape, right? And that's crazy. I didn't know you was going to do that, but the definition of muscle memory is the ability to reproduce a particular movement without conscious thought, acquired as a result of frequent repetition of that movement. So with me, when it comes to real estate, it comes to family, come to anything, I try to recreate those movements, right? So that when it starts to happen for me without me even having to think about it. Mm-hmm. And so when you're talking about real estate, bro, it's I think early on, I created muscle memory, and then now real estate, I do it without even thinking. I do it all day long, every single day. And I think that be the issue or the problem with a lot of people is that they don't do things enough. You know, we talk about that 10,000 hours or whatever. And just yesterday, I was talking to you about Junior playing baseball. And just yesterday, bro, I was sitting there when I was recording my son pitching. Yesterday, the father of the kid batting, or one of the kids batting, because he was striking them all out, but one of the fathers was behind me, and he was talking about his son, but talking about my son. And he was like, yeah, you see that? Like, my son is no form, no nothing. Look at that kid there. That kid on the pitcher mound, you can tell he does this. You can tell he's talented. Not knowing that he believes my son is talented because of all of the work he put in. And when my son, the form he has, the movement, that's all muscle memory because we practice it all day long. And so I think a lot of people really miss out on that, and they don't really appreciate like the when you're working out, when you're doing these things. I work out not for the person I am right now. I'm in great shape right now. You know, I'm in great shape. I'm the weight I want to be. I'm in great shape. This is so that when I'm in my 50s or my 60s, or when I'm going through surgery with both of my hips, my muscle memory still kicked in. I had to go to the gym even 3 days out of surgery. I was in my gym working out. And then my wife was even like, my mother actually was like, you got to take it easy. And my wife, I remember her just like, Jamal is going to go to the gym. Like, he's not going. It's muscle memory. I do this every single day. And I do that so that most people feel weird if they go to the gym, right? Oh, I'm sore. Oh, I feel weird if I don't go to the gym. Most people feel weird if they got to go out and look at 15, 20 properties in a week. I feel weird if I'm not out there looking at that amount of properties. So I think I've created this thing in my head where I have to do it. I do it unconsciously, right? I just do it because I've been trained, and I train my muscles, whether it's my physical body or my mental muscle, to go out and do those things.
Yeah, no, I was just going, where Maul is going, and Moose, you can jump in here too with the assessment, but you're literally moving it from the conscious to the subconscious. Yeah. What happens most times is our subconscious got all our habits from childhood, and we repeat those subconsciously. Some of them good habits, some of them not good habits, you get those results. But when you're intentional about now, okay, I'm going to do this so much that it becomes subconscious, which means there's no thought involved. It's just what I wake up and go do. So I'll go back. I got he's like my brother. He grew up with us, but he coaches cricket in Barbados, right? And he said something that was so deep to me. This is kind of going back to Luka. He said, the students now, I'm realizing, like, they get injured faster. There's so many challenges that they have, and we're doing kind of the same training. He said, what's missing right now, this may sound weird to somebody, but he's like, the generation before used to actually climb trees. And I was like, huh?
Facts.
He said, bro, we were outside climbing trees. And he said, watch this thing.
All the time.
He said, bro, there's certain muscles. Think about climbing the tree. You got to have a foot at an angle and stuff. Like, just think that process through. He's like, there are muscles that you would never, Luka, just running. You would never even touch. You don't even know that muscle exists because you just running. Yeah, bro.
We climb trees. Sure. I would never let my kids climb no trees. Now, get out.
But back to that point, he's just saying, dude, just that habit of climbing trees and doing other things around, bro, it helped muscles that the kids now, bro, they go outside, do what you do as a coach, and then go play video games. So he was just saying, the muscles that you were operating from climbing trees are now being trained to twitch and operate when you were actually doing the sport. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. And you know what's crazy? To your point, now that you said that, I was thinking about, like, back in the day too, we used to play different sports.
Right.
Now you specialize kids into one sport. You know what I'm saying? It's like literally like you play basketball, you just play basketball. And it's like you start hooping and AAU and everything from like 8 on. It's like back in the day, dog, it was like we played soccer, we played tennis, we played basketball, bro, just everything. Now it's like it seemed like kids like
specialized.
They get specialized into one sport. So it's like, to your point, soccer was a different muscle. Like, I played soccer until I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So when I played basketball, there's some transferable skill sets. You know what I'm saying? To your point of that as well. E, for you.
If you don't mind, can you restate the question?
I'll come back to you. You jump in with.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't like what I'm about.
Why he sound like on a game show?
Hey, all right, I got you.
Use it in a sentence.
On one hand, I reverence him. On another hand, why is this joker asking me a bunch of questions?
Here's the question.
See how we respond to questions, man?
Here's the question. What do you do on a plane if a lady put her hand out?
Interlock or not interlock?
I don't interlock.
I'm saying
interlock is dangerous.
Still to come on the Secret to Success podcast.
I'm like, when Moose was talking about praying 5 times a day, literally that is doing nothing more than, of course, the relationship with God. But also, it's making it where you don't even think about it no more.
This is why it helps. Well, I'm used to praying 5 times a day. Okay, do you have 5 touches with your wife a day? Do you have 5 touches with your kids a day?
Oh, you mean?
And what you said?
I said, dang.
Yeah.
What you said? I told you I'm 42.
Yeah.
What you said?
I ain't got 5 touches.
Yeah. I just one in.
I might get 2 on my birthday.
What about vacations?
The Next Level Speakers Conference in Atlanta, Georgia, June 7th, 8th, and 9th. I'm telling y'all, it's going down. 3 days, over 15 speakers. You know who's going to be there. Myself, E.T., Jamal King, Jeremy Anderson. Y'all, we got Lisa Nichols coming in the building. We got Linda Clemens. We got some beasts in the industry that are going to be there. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Whether you want to become a professional speaker or just be better with your communication or network with like-minded individuals, June 7th, 8th, and 9th, Atlanta, Georgia. Go to nextlevelspeakersconference.com. nextlevelspeakersconference.com. All right, check it out. All right, let's get back to the podcast. What does preparation look like away from the arena? Because that's all we really want to do.
It is, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be a speaker, if you want to be a business owner, if you want like let's say you open a bakery, right? All you really want to do, you love baking. Like that's my passion. If you love media, you just want to do the editing and you want to put the final product out. Yep. If you, whatever it is, that's the thing that we signed up for. So I'm sure Luka loved hoop. They didn't listen to what I said. They didn't say he was lazy and he just wasn't playing and he was just all out at the beach and, drinking beer all summer. They said he was hooping. And that's what he loves to do. And so I'm saying, how many humans, whatever your thing is, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to do real estate, you like that thing. You want to be a singer. You want to, what are the things for you and how do you set up your life so that when you get to the thing that you love to do, because if somebody asks you, what do you love doing? Your passion, what you're good at, what God bless you with is the ability to speak. So I'm sure that's like dessert. Like that's when you get to actually do the thing. What does outside of that look like in preparation for that?
I think I wanted to look the word up, anchor, but I really do feel like, Maul, that your philosophical belief is the thing that you have to do. Like, that's the thing you have to fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so weird to me when people go, why you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, why you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning? Like, why would you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning? Everybody getting up at 8. Like, why would you do that? Like, like you getting up last, just from a natural standpoint. If I drove to Chicago from Detroit at 3 and you got up at 8 and you drove to Chicago at 8, I'm going to beat you every day. You feel me? So for me, it's always been the people who I see that are successful are fanatics about their philosophical belief, right? It's their anchor, if you will. Okay, give me an example. Chick-fil-A. They philosophically, we're not open on Sunday, bruh. I don't care about money. I don't care about you eating no sandwich. We built this on Christian.
Not to cut you, I just talked to my kids this morning about B&H. Bruh, B&H is probably one of the biggest media stores in the country. Bruh, sundown Friday, you ain't getting no orders from them. They ain't shipping nothing. They're Jewish. They respect Sabbath. It's a wrap. Bruh, just think about media. Like it's something that I need right now, bruh. Bruh, I'm about to pay $5,000 for the camera, the lens. I need it now. They're like, you ain't getting it here. It's shut down, so yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's like everybody can do what we do, but not everybody can be who we are.
That's good.
You understand what I'm saying? Everybody can't be who we are. Everybody can get on the mic. Everybody can't be disciplined. Everybody can't be focused. Everybody can't, you feel me? So for me, the 3 o'clock in the morning is, I need an anchor. And I just want to read it. Moose just in his presence inspired me here. It says, an anchor can be anything or anyone that provides stability, security, or grounding in a situation. And when I look at people who are going after money and they don't I can't really say, oh, you know that about, I can literally say, all right, don't call C on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? Like, have something, make it important, or you about to do something with the family. But I already know automatically, it's like, hey, guys, Saturday, Sunday is family time. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now, if you going to be a part of our family, cool. Right. But, don't call me on, see, I got this product. Does that make sense? And so, for me, it's my relationship with God, which has nothing to do with speaking, but has everything to do with I need to be grounded because I'm human. And while I don't, the Bible, of course, talks about your temptation, whatever that is, right? And so it is my prayer life. It is getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It is going to school. Now, I won't say this out loud, but somebody that I have a relationship with said to me the other day, I think I need to go get my master's degree. And I was like, I think you do. I do. I think you do. Why? Because you need grounding. You need to be able to, you need to have something to get up to. Because right now you're not disciplined on your own just to get up. So you do. You need some teacher to tell you what to do that you wouldn't do on your own. You do. You need to be talking to a group of people that you wouldn't be talking to regularly because they don't live in the house with you. You feel what I'm saying? They don't live in your neighborhood. They don't. So you do. But you don't need to go to school for a degree. You don't need to go to school. I'm going to go to school to be a lawyer. I'm going to school to be a filmmaker. You don't need to be in film school to be able to, but some of us need to be in film school to be stable, to have some security, to be grounded. Watch this one. This is the psychology version. An anchor can be a reference point used to make judgments. You feel me? So now Chick-fil-A is not making judgments on money. I tell people this all the time, bruh. What we got, bruh. Okay, so anybody, and she said this all the time, the only people who think money is something is the people that don't have it. That's the only people who think money's something. You don't have it. So you thinking it's something. I'm like, bruh, can I tell you something? Of the 20 things you need in life, the money is going to give you the least return on your investment, bruh. Once you get it, you will quickly realize, okay, yeah, it can get me a house. It can't get me a home. How many rich people are divorced?
That was the Luther bar right there. I hope y'all caught that.
When you're not there, it's still a chance. You feel me? And so, for real, you're thinking, oh, I get a car. Bro, I think it was Dion in his book talked about he was in a whatever kind of vehicle he's in. He said, ran that joke off the cliff, Ma. Yeah. With Super Bowls, and that's why I'm grateful for Dion because he's transparent. Like, bro, I ran that joke off I had everything. But now when you hear Deion talk, what is he talking about? He talking about God.
All the
That's
time.
his anchor.
All the time.
That's the stability. He got his sons on it.
God, family.
You feel me? Family. These are anchors, and people get caught up in the world. It's like, bro, you can have all the money you want, still be lonely. You can have all the fame in the world still. And so it's like, will our anchor hold? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Will our anchor hold? And so for me, man, it's all the principle. Oh, that's interlock.
That's interlocking.
Oh, that's interlock. Oh, that's interlock. Oh, no, that's interlock all day.
We got
oh,
a
yeah,
friend
that's
that used
interlock
to
all day.
handshake you like that.
Yeah, that's interlock. yeah. And so, yeah, bro, for me, it's all of the character things that make us who we are, which is, like I said, bro, let me just say this so they can hear this. We're still together. Bruh, whatever we make, whatever my net worth is, whatever that is, I don't need any more money. But I do need, okay, we can get another 10 mil, or we can get another 10 people that's like this. Bro, I'm taking the 10 people that's like this.
Oh, it's priceless.
You on your own with that one, brother. Yeah, give me that 10 million.
I could buy.
I don't never need to see y'all jokers again.
And what you gonna do when the 10 mil run out?
I'm out. Let me tell you something. You and Blake can go
What you gonna do when
play
the 10
in the
mil run out?
sandbox. I'm gone. Give me that 10. I'm out of there. Wow. What I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do when it run out?
I'll be interlocking with my wife. I'm an interlock.
Interlock.
Listen, what I was gonna say is, I want you to do, so let's bring it back now.
Yeah.
I want you to do an inventory of your life, and I want you to figure out the areas that are out of shape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I want you to start figuring out how to work on that area without being in it. Your marriage is out of shape. Work on it outside of your marriage. What do I mean? Making yourself better.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if maybe y'all could, Moose still kind of young, but like, I'm 42, bro. I can feel my body.
That's good. I can too.
Okay, good. Okay, I didn't know if you were there yet. So I can feel my body. And by what I mean by that is like I used to, like,
You never
in my
thought about
30s, bro,
nothing
like,
before.
I could eat crazy and I would still wake up and be like, I'm good to go. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
But I'm 42, so like, if I eat bad or have a cheat meal or like, whatever it is, like, I could feel it on me.
Sluggish.
Sluggish.
Just keep living, young buck. Just keep
Yeah, I'm
living.
saying, no, for sure. I'm with you.
Hey,
I'm with you.
Wait till you sit down and them knees.
But I'm
pop.
just saying. No. Yeah, you know, I got bad, you know, I got ACL surgery, so I'm already there with the knee. But what I'm saying to y'all is there's a direct correlation between you being out of shape in your regular life, physically, and your success. Because your physical shape then goes to your mental health, and your mental health is what dictates your cognitive function.
Yes, sir.
And what's gonna allow you to be. And so I told y'all before, but like when I like feel like not strong and like it's weird. Do y'all know what I mean by that? Like if I ain't worked out in like 2-3 days, I'm like, ooh, like my muscles just ain't really, and I'm like, it makes me feel bad. Mentally.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like stuff that wouldn't bother me bothers me. But when I feel strong, like legit, like when I'm home, like let's say I get a nice like 2-week stretch, I ain't on the road, ain't nothing special going on, ain't nobody's birthday, I ain't going out there, like we just at home and I'm killing, I literally feel like Superman. I can deal with problems better.
Yeah.
I think clear. My ideas come to me. I got more energy. I'm looking up at 3 o'clock, 3:30, like, yo, I still feel good.
Yeah.
And so I want people to start not only acknowledging their mental health, which is great, but acknowledging how that physical health plays into that. And again, like Luka, if you're not working on yourself outside of whatever it is that you're doing, right? Some people go to work, Maul, you would say 9 to 5, they go to work, they do their job, and then you just come home, you sit down.
Yeah.
You're not reading nothing extra, you're not learning nothing extra, and you wonder why you don't feel fulfilled. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that's what I meant by, us getting in shape in all areas. So when you look at your marriage ain't out of shape because you didn't do anything. it's out of shape because you neglected it for a while. You know what I'm saying? It's out of shape because you haven't put that energy and effort into it.
And the problem ain't even
and
that the
and
marriage.
not just when you and your wife talking.
Your problem is not the marriage.
It's not.
It's all the things from being out of shape.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. And even being out of physical shape.
Yeah.
It's like, bruh,
But it's easier when you're out of physical shape to be in everything
just
else.
saying, when you out of physical shape, the GMG, the interlocking ain't the same when you I'm just being real.
Yeah.
When you locked in and you feeling physically, you know, it changed things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, like I said, it's like, you know, it's all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about before, when everything is connected, I just look at, man, being out of shape, again, mentally and physically.
I want to help the people. I think you need to have a regiment in every area.
Yeah.
You feel me? So for a lot of people, it's easier to lift weights because it's a universal.
For sure. Absolutely.
It's a universal regiment. You can go online
and just find
cats like telling you can lunge, you know, what you can do for your abs. Like, bro, they tell you, E. I remember I remember TJ telling me, like, E, do me a favor, like, no more than 4 sets. Like 3 sets is good. You want to do 4 sets, cool. 6 sets ain't doing nothing for you. You want to do anywhere from 10 to 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, eating, people gonna tell you. Protein, some meat or whatever, vegetables, try to stay away from sweets, carbs, drink your water, whatever. Like, it's there. When you go, what do you do for your marriage? You don't hear people saying whatever. So what happens is you don't have a regiment, and so now work starts to take some time that you should be communicating.
Yeah, you haven't developed muscle memory in your marriage.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't have a regiment.
Just like when Moose was talking, and I had thought about it. I'm like, when Moose was talking about praying 5 times a day, literally that is doing nothing more than, of course, the relationship with God. But also, it's making it where you don't even think about it no more. Some people don't even pray once a day.
No question.
But imagine praying 5 times a day. What that does now for your psyche.
Now, there's a thing called subconscious competence. Because we've always heard about subconscious being like, oh, that's the autopilot knee-jerk reaction that's usually a misfire.
Yep.
But no, you can actually reprogram with the muscle memory to know what you do automatically without thinking is what's needed or what is healthy or what is best for you. And that just comes through intentional planning.
Yeah. And you should know. So it's like in my marriage, I know. So if I'm praying 5 times a day, I know what that's doing. Like I'm 100% clear after I finish praying how I feel, like its impact on me, right? I know it. Like I'm so good now, Ma. I had somebody tell me the other day, you know, I don't know if I need God to do this. And I was like, oh, no. No, you need God to do this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because whatever y'all doing, if you do it together without God, you don't have an anchor. So I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen in real life. And boom, 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 boom. And if y'all don't have an anchor, so you don't wait till there's a storm to get an anchor.
Yeah.
You buy the anchor when you buy the boat. So you don't go, I'm gonna wait till I get cancer and then I'm gonna start praying. No, you start praying, and if you get cancer, you just take everything to God. So I would just say, in a relationship, if you're praying 5 times a day, you should know this is why it helps. Well, I'm used to praying 5 times a day. Okay, do you have 5 touches with your wife a day? Do you have 5 touches with your kids a day?
Oh, you mean?
And what you said?
I said, dang.
Yeah.
What you said? I told you I'm 42.
Yeah. What you said?
I ain't got 5 touches.
Yeah. I just one in.
I might get 2 on my birthday.
What about vacations?
I get 2. For sure, I'm going to get 2.
I can give you 5.
Okay.
On a vacation?
No.
Vacation.
Not 5 on a vacation.
Palafitos.
No.
Palafitos.
5 touches a day.
Yeah. I'm just
But
saying.
but what you're doing by doing that though, but check it out.
17.
What you overachieving, right?
Absolutely.
When you create muscle memory, you have to overachieve in that area in order for your bare minimum to be.
Can I say this? This is so crazy. I love that you said that. You know, going back to the practice thing with sports. So when I played baseball in college, we never simulated the game for what the game is.
Yep. Come on.
We made practice harder than the game.
Yeah. Come on.
So I've never seen that happen. Like, and I'm like, man, we never do that. In practice, in sports, all athletes know this. You simulate tougher conditions than the game. So when in the game, you're like, oh, this is actually easier. Now it's the game. I got to perform. Only got one chance. We ain't going to run this back and do this differently. But I've already practiced for tougher conditions. So this is easier.
Wow.
In life, nobody does that. Nobody trains for tougher conditions.
Try to make it as easy as possible. Try to make it as easy as possible.
Give me the 5 times.
And then when hard come, we about to die.
Yeah. Give me the 5 times. You know the 5 times by heart when you pray?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to change throughout the year.
But give me
on the moon,
basic.
But typically 4:30, 12, 4, 7, and 9.
Good.
So, wait, 4:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you wake up, do you go back to bed?
You can.
Okay.
There's so much training in the faith.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
You technically have between the 4:30 and the 12 to make up the 4:30, to pray the 4:30, the first.
Oh, okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying if you do it, so now
you're doing it on the clock.
So now, if this is your regiment in every area of your life, I know for me, it's running 3 to 4 miles a day. I've got the dumbbells, the weight lift. So it's like 3 sets, but 4 sets when I got the time is 12. It's the sauna, SOC's point. Once I do those, I take my string beans in the morning or my kale, put it in the hookup, put the fruit, boom, I hit it. It's like, But the days I go, no sauna, just running, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Feel the difference.
But I don't feel the same way I do.
Muffin.
Yeah.
Hey, but I was going to say this.
Small on the
Jelly English muffin.
I don't do English muffin. I do Marcel's brand.
Watch this though, Moose. You could probably answer it, but like for real, well, everybody can answer it. Do you realize how much easier it is to add one other thing to your one good habit?
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So once you find one that you can lock into, bro,
Habit stacking.
like habit stacking. I literally had a call on our moving potential call last week, moving past potential call. We had a lady that was on there, was like, yo, I'm struggling with, not struggling, but she's like, I'm not getting, my husband and I are not there. She's like, I want to lose weight. I was like, why are you looking at those as two different things? I was like, could y'all walk together? I'm like, bro, like, again, when you start to address one thing, now you figure out how these things can fit together to 5 beautiful pillars that now keep this whole structure up. But it's not, we don't even have to look at it isolated. Like, how can what else would you do with prayer? That's what I was going initially. What else? Have you put anything else around the prayer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, give me 1 or 2 other things.
I mean, look, off the bat, you know, I heard this just last week. You know, they were saying the call to prayer is God is the greatest. What does that mean? Everything else is beneath it. I was like, yo, I never thought about that. You know how easy it is for me to hear the call of prayer and be like, I'm going to do that in 20 minutes. It's like, no. God is the greatest. Literally, the call to prayer is God is the greatest. That means everything else is beneath it.
Stop.
There's nothing that can be greater than God. God is the greatest.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's what I'm saying. There's so much training in our values already and I think that's what Doc is saying too. If you're clear on your standard and you exercise your standard, you don't contradict, you don't code switch, you don't.
Yeah, you're not open on Sunday.
Yeah, it's not.
No matter how much bread you can make.
It's not gray. You don't negotiate it. Like, it's really what you
You're
believe.
not interlocking.
Yeah.
Just
if that's what you believe.
With the world.
Right.
With the world.
Yeah. You're interlocking with God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
and you know what? They disrespect you, really. I'm telling you, people funny. If somebody can, when C said, my man was like, how much he gon', okay, we give him 100. Okay, we give him 200. No, we give him 300. She was like, no, he ain't doing it for no money. You actually get more respect from people when you got a standard than you do when you don't. Like, for the person who think you gonna bow down and take their money, you gonna say no, and you gonna turn around and say yes, bro, they look at you like a slave. Like, they have no respect for you. When you got a real standard, we close on Sunday. You boss up. And you still competing with Chick-fil-A. I mean, with McDonald's, Burger King, whoever you are. And your stores ain't even in the same, your stores ain't everywhere.
Real quick, we did open up the website, Forever Forward Marriages.com, foreverforwardmarriages.com. Listen, we still don't know what we're going to do. But for all y'all couples that's in bliss, you want to hang out with other couples in bliss.
We're about to have a bliss bash.
A bliss.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of interlocking. All I know is it's going to be interlocking
5 times a day.
If you see the interlocking, Don't come knocking.
5 times a
Do
day.
not come knocking.
Oh, for the interlocking.
Listen, man.
Oh, my Jesse Jackson. Come on, Jesse.
Come on, bro. Come on, you stay with me now.
I'm right here.
If you see some interlocking,
Come knocking.
Don't come knocking.
Forever Forward Marriage.
Yeah, put the sock on the sock.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mama Wana and the Manpower.
Mama Wana. Ooh.
Yeah.
I got a bottle of that been aging for about 10 years in my cabinet.
I got one at the crib too.
Be careful. You might have a heart attack.
Yo,
You take one.
10 years.
Mama Wana.
Mama Wana.
You might be gone. Maul died last night. 10-year-old.
As long as I'm interlocking with my queen.
Maul died interlocking.
Hey, that's the way to go. Interlocking.
That's what a way to go out.
Hand in hand.
Maul's hips was strong, but his heart with his heart blew out
With excitement.
I got muscle memory.
Oh, bruh. So yeah, if we don't know, we still ain't figured out exactly what we're gonna do, but go to foreverforwardmarriage.com and just sign up.
Yeah.
I mean, don't even sign up. Just put your information in.
Y'all talking about the You Matter Summer Youth Program?
And the You Matter Summer Youth Program. We did. E talked about it last time. But E, what we got?
With what? The summer program?
Summer program for youth?
You Matter.
Yeah.
That's what we got. Free 6-week program for all our babies, man. A couple things. Number one, we suffer from summer slide, meaning that once we go to school, from September or August to May or June, a lot of kids that 3 months they're out, they forget everything. And so our goal is to help them to retain their information and literally go from like 7th grade to 8th, not start the 8th grade and gotta refresh what they learned in the 7th grade.
Is this Zoom or is that
It's
person?
Zoom.
It's
Yep,
Zoom?
it's Zoom. Yep, all Zoom.
I got somebody to help out with the training on that.
Okay, beautiful. We need it. Number two, kids who, unfortunately, some big cities, they're idle. It's a lot of killing during the summertime, so we want to make sure that our kids aren't idle. And then the last one is just like self-identity, helping kids to figure out who they are and whose they are, and really spend some time working through that in the summer. So, because again, I feel like a lot of times we get into a lot of the trouble because it's like we're followers. So helping our kids to, become the leaders that God called them to be. So you matter. You matter. That's suicide and all that. We ain't doing that this year. This is the year that you realize you matter and take your game to the next level.
Moose, let them know where they can follow you at, brother.
Yeah, Mustafa Gonum, pretty much everywhere, but definitely find me with this guy and these guys.
Right.
Y'all go follow Moose, man. Moose is y'all just getting just a quick glimpse of some of his genius, and man, it's been dope watching Moose growth, man.
Grow up,
from selling phone cases.
Yeah. He ain't gonna let you down. He ain't gonna let you down.
From selling phone cases in Times Square.
Yeah.
Not Times Square.
Times Square.
I ain't gonna let him do it.
He done add it.
That's right.
Habitat. He didn't add it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Last time it made it look like I was on Canal Street. Like, you know what I'm saying?
On Canal.
Listen.
Bootleg.
Let me tell you something.
TGI.
No, let me tell you something. In all seriousness, man, to see Moose growth, we were on a call a couple weeks ago, and somebody was saying something, and I knew Moose wasn't feeling it. I could tell because me and Moose had already had a discussion about it. And you know me, I'm usually the one, and I was like, you know what? Let me just sit back. And the person got done and was like, what do y'all think? And Moose was like,
trash.
Terrible. I said, yeah, let's go.
The dark side.
I'm just saying, Moose like, look, I got a limited amount of time. Y'all want my information or you want to know what I think? I'm going to tell you the truth. And so it's been an honor to see you grow, man. I mean, just like I said, from a kid who, was coming around to, a grown man now, man, with a family.
How old are you?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm 35, man. I turned 35 a couple weeks ago.
More hips about your age. The new ones. Y'all give it up for hip hip preacher.
Always waiting.
We out of here. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself, right? Make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback and how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think could benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.